Okay, we're looking at PrepTest 56. This is section 3, and question 10 asks us to find a flaw in the argument. So obviously our first job is to find the conclusion, read the premises, hopefully identify the flaw before we move on, and go straight to the answer choices. So this one's pretty easy. It's basically that the critics are wrong. And so what are we really talking about? Well, critics come out and say this concert series doesn't have popular appeal. The promoter says, but hey, you know what? Compared to other series, we make pretty good money. And therefore, those people are wrong. And so the first thing that should come into your mind with regard to this argument is that this individual, this promoter, is claiming that his series his concert series does have popular appeal when he compares it to others because it makes money. Well, he doesn't say that these are popular, okay? So that's the problem with this argument. Hopefully you identified it immediately. He's trying to compare what he thinks is the critic would be saying, look, you're comparing apples to apples, all right? He's trying to say, you don't think we're popular, but look at these ones that are popular, and we make money compared to them. The problem is he never says that these are popular. That's the flaw in the argument. So let's go through and see what we come up with, okay? A attacks the critics on the basis of emotional considerations. Not really. He says, look, you know, there are other series out there. We make money compared to other series. He's providing some evidence. It's not emotional, okay? He's comparing things. Problem is, we don't know what he's comparing. B takes for granted that income from sales of memorabilia is the sole indicator of popular appeal. Well, the argument doesn't say that that's the sole indicator of popular appeal, so it doesn't take that for granted. We don't know that it's doing that. It doesn't state that. It doesn't say that's the only way. It's obviously an indication here that if you're selling memorabilia and you're making money, it must mean that you're popular, but it never says the sole reason, okay? So the argument, we cannot say that the argument takes that for granted, okay? C takes for granted that comparable series possess popular appeal, and that's exactly what it does. If it said that, if he said down here, you know, that if you look at the other popular series, we make as much or more money than them, then he would have a valid argument, but he doesn't state that. That's the flaw in the argument. That's the answer to the question. If you look at D, draws a conclusion about the popularity of a series based on a comparison with other dissimilar events. Well, he doesn't do that. He says if you look at other comparable series, so it's not dissimilar, he's actually comparing apples to apples. The problem is he's probably comparing too many apples to too many apples, the exact same thing. That's why he can't outdo the critics here, so it's not dissimilar, okay? And then E fails to adequately distinguish the series as a whole from individual concerts, okay? And no, it doesn't fail to do that because it's always talking about concert series. As a matter of fact, had I gone to individual concerts, it would have been another flaw in the argument. But no, he's comparing series to series. What he's doing wrong is he's not letting us know that these are actually popular series, okay? So again, the answer to the question is C.